Prior to moving here to attend Illinois State University, I visited late 2005 to become familiar with the area and the campus. While visiting, I was warned by someone that was local to be extra careful while driving. He stated that the police, and I quote, the police are something else out here. I took heed, but as time went on, the thought kind of faded. But soon I would learn what he meant. About 2 years later, while driving from South Bloomington headed north on Main Street, I noticed that a police car turned the corner and followed me. He followed me for over a mile. While driving, I swerved to miss a pothole, and it was at that moment I saw blue lights in my rearview mirror. We went through the routine of, "Did you know why I pulled you over?" I said, "No, officer." He said, "Well, you swerved." And my response was, "Well, I was swerving to miss a pothole." His response is that I didn't see it. In the back of my mind, I was thinking, you didn't see it because you were too close following me. Once I told the officer about the pothole, I had a friend who was a passenger in the seat with me, who was also a local, and he became frustrated with the constant harassment that black people face here in the community. And my friend, he rhetorically asked, "Why are they always messing with us?" That is when the second officer decided to confront my passenger and tell him to calm down and be quiet. My friend, who was not disturbing the interaction between myself and the first officer, said, "I am calm and I have the right to speak." And the second officer told my friend to get out of the car. My friend said, "But I'm not the one that's pulled over. Why do I need to get out of the car?" The second officer tried to open his door, but the door was locked. So she then reached through the window to try to open the door from the inside. And my friend, he stated, "See, this is what I mean. You are always messing with us. I'm not the driver, so why are you messing with me?" So the second officer, she began to yell to shut up. And then she pointed her taser at him. She told that if he didn't shut up, that she would taser him. That's when I feared for my friend's safety. At this point, I had already stepped out of my car to handle the stop of the first officer, who would not intervene with the second officer, who escalated the situation with my friend for no apparent reason. After dealing with the stop and was cleared for everything, I got back into my car, and my friend, he attempted to close his door, but the officer prevented him from doing so. Finally, the first officer told the second officer that we were good to go and I was clean and we could take off. What should have been a routine traffic stop turned into a terrifying experience for my friend and I. I remember that warning when I first visited from that local who said that the police is something else out here. Now I really understand what he was saying. Luckily, that evening my friend did not get tased, and God forbid, shot and killed. However, all too often, when a police officer shoots and kills an innocent, unarmed civilian, the most common narrative is that they feared for their lives. As a 9-year United States Marine Corps combat veteran, there have been situations where my life was in potential danger while interacting with citizens in a foreign country. However, our rules of engagement required that the use of lethal force be a last resort, and that we were to de-escalate the situation if at all possible, using the least amount of force. Now, if military personnel can risk their lives and de-escalate the situation at all possible, then police officers should take lessons from the military instead of garnishing the gear and acquiring the equipment and playing military dress-up while intimidating citizens. If a police officer's first initial thought process is to shoot and kill an innocent, unarmed civilian because they fear for their lives, then I suggest that you reconsider a different and safe occupation.